Hello everyone, this is Neha Tulsyan from Crescent Creation. Welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. Today I have this graduation card for you that I made using the digital stamps from Crescent Creation. The bear is from the Beary special digital stamp set from Crescent Creation, and the sentiment is from this graduation digital stamp set, which is currently a free download on Crescent Creation Facebook page. It's available there for 48 hours, so go ahead and download it and use it on your graduation cards. The link to the page is in the description box below. So here I have my Scotch Laminator switched on and I'm waiting for it to heat up. I have printed out the sentiment, the tassel was worth the hassle, using laser printer, and I'm gonna heat foil it using this foil from Spellbinders called the Moondust foil. I have tried different foils with my laminator and I have found that this Spellbinders Glimmer Hot foil works the best for me. So here I have my foil pretty side facing up placed on the sentiment, and I'm going to put this through the laminator once it's ready with the copy paper. So I have folded a copy paper here and placed my sentiment with the foil inside it to feed it through the laminator. I've seen a lot of people feeding their cardstock and foil directly into the laminator without any protective sheet. And I tried doing that too, but I got too much foil everywhere. So this is what works for my laminator. So you can see I have got a perfect result and I'm in love with this. I'll keep that excess foil aside and try using it later for something else. And here I'm also foiling the graduation cap that goes on the bear using the same Moondust foil from Spellbinders. So try different things and see what works for you and your laminator. And here is how my graduation cap looks after all foiled. Isn't that pretty? I just love these foiled images. They are so gorgeous. I cannot stop looking at them. So once I have my foiled pieces, I'll go ahead and fuzzy cut them out. I could have also used my scan and cut here, but sometimes I just like fuzzy cutting. Believe it or not, I'm actually enjoying fuzzy cutting lately. So once that's done, I'll go ahead and color the bear. I'm using my Opaque markers to color the bear. Again, the bear is from the Beary special digital stamp set from Crescent Creation, and it's now available in our Etsy store. So here I'm using E35 marker and adding shadows wherever needed to the bear. Then I'm using E33 marker and pulling those shadows inside. Next, bringing in E31 and blending E33. This is my lighter marker, and you don't have to use any other marker apart from this. But I like to add one more shade, so here I'm going ahead with an E30 marker as my lightest shade and blending everything out. Here I'm going to go ahead and add a second layer of color on the bear, starting with E35, then moving on to E33, and then E31, and then lastly E30. I always like to add a second layer of color, especially with images this big. You yourself will see a lot of difference between the first layer and the second layer. The colors blend much better and they look seamless after the second layer. Here, using some darker markers to color the mouth of the bear, I used E37, E39 and E49 markers here. Lastly, using my black jelly roll pen and going over the eyes and the mouth of the bear, this just brings the whole bear to life. Next, for my background, I wanted to do something different on this card. I did not want to use pattern paper, so here I'm using a stencil from Fawn called the Plaid stencils. Here I'm spraying the back of the stencil using some pixie dust in my splatter box. I recently invested in this pixie dust spray. It's a temporary adhesive which is low tack and perfect for your stencils. And while I'm at it, I'll go ahead and spray the second stencil in this pack. And now I'll use the stencil to go ahead and ink my background. My background is a white cardstock that measures 4 by 5¼ inches. And I'm using some distress inks in tumbled glass and squeezed lemonade color to ink up my background. I have this makeup brush that I got from Amazon that I'm using here with the tumbled glass ink. I like these makeup brushes quite a lot when I'm inking big areas. You get good coverage quite fast. Here I'm turning my stencil 90 degrees and I'm gonna go ahead and again ink the background using tumbled glass ink. It seems I was not generous enough with my pixie dust, so my stencil was moving a little I just held it with my fingers, but next time I'll remember to add a little more while spraying a stencil. Next, I'm bringing my second stencil in this pack to add those thin lines to create the plaid pattern. I'm using squeezed lemonade distress ink here to add those thin lines. I chose these colors because they match with my foil and they kind of complement the foil. Here I'm turning the stencil 90 degrees to finish the plaid pattern. You can see that I'm not focusing on the edges of the background. I'm just putting color towards the center because that's the look I was going for. If I wanted to create a complete plaid background, I could have also used a pattern paper, but I wanted that faded look towards the edges and I really liked how it turned out. Here I'm just working on the position of the sentiment and the bear image, making sure I like the placement before I actually commit to it. Next, I added some foam tape behind the sentiment, removing the backing, and I'll go ahead and glue it to my background. Using some liquid glue to glue the graduation cap to the bear. And then I'll add some foam tape behind the bear, remove the backing, and glue it to the card. For my card base, I'm using this steel blue cardstock from my stash. Creating an A2 size card base using my scoring board. Added some double-sided tape behind the front panel and now gluing it to my card base. Look at all the shine that you get from that foil. It's so pretty. Lastly, adding some jewels in light blue color from the Glory of the Snow jewel pack from Crescent Creation. I debated if I wanted to add any embellishment to this card. Since I was going for a little masculine look, I wasn't sure if jewels will look pretty or not. But then I ended up adding just 3 of them and I thought that looks good. Let me know your thoughts about it. Do you think embellishments like jewels or sequins look good on masculine cards or not? Now for the inside of my card, I'm creating a gift pocket using this pattern paper from My Favorite Things. I have trimmed this pattern paper to 4 1/4 by 2.5 inches and I have added 1/8 inch of score tape on all the 3 sides of this pattern paper. And now I'm just gluing it to the inside of my card base. I think it's a very easy way to create gift pockets inside your card. Trimming off the excess pattern paper that's hanging off the card base. And my card is all ready. So this was my card project for today, showing you how to create graduation cards using heat foiling, featuring the digital stamps from Crescent Creation. Also, don't forget to download the free digital stamp from the Facebook page of Crescent Creation. All the links are in the description box below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give this a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more crafty videos. Here are a few more videos that you might like to watch. Thank you for visiting. Have a nice day.